Howdy, folks. Welcome to Weekly Update number 25. Thank you for being here. Just like before, we'll have a few presentations and then go to several rounds of Q&A. I'll start us off really quickly. The next token distribution will be for DGO and Ambassador subgovernance. Both have been waiting rather patiently. Sorry for the delay. Also, it'll include tokens to winners for the landing page design contest and the essay contest. So those were definitely interesting. So congratulations to all winners. We should be getting those tokens out to you this week, hopefully on or before Thursday, hopefully. So just waiting on the final tables. Next, I want to quickly run through a partnership groundwork proposal that was drafted and uploaded to the partnership section in the discussion forum. The idea here is to basically make it more clear and transparent about how to partner with the network. Obviously, it all depends on who the potential partner is, but as experience has shown us, I think as a general concept, this proposal has some good points that can be followed. So it's on the forum. I encourage everyone, including Mike, to go and leave a comment there. What I'd like to, though, do is, if possible, I don't want it to turn into some sort of a 50-page manifesto that nobody's going to read, and that's just going to turn companies off when they come and look at it at first glance. Just to sort of bring your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? That sort of thing. And of course, provide your suggestions. And again, I think it's also very important to understand that these can vary. Okay. If Jeff Bezos comes and suggests that Amazon integrate to free TON, I'm sure a lot of these will naturally melt away, right? But until something like that happens, I think some or most, I would say, of these boxes need to be checked before a partner proposal makes it to a vote. Again, these are just suggestions, but we want to hear what you have to say.
So first of all, I'm very glad that the DGO group, the group that is responsible, sub-governance that is responsible for developing, promoting and everything about governance 2.0 is speeding up the process, and it's really nice. It's been approved. There is a first contest that will be published or has been published already. There is a jury contest that will be published, and there is a first contest for specifications. Now, this contest for specifications is exactly about that. we all or whoever wants should will propose specifications for the design of the governance 2.0. And of course, I have been working on these specifications, and I know that Pasha also worked on his for last 3 months. And of course, I will be participating in the contest personally with the specifications that have been wrote. And during this time of the specification submission and subsequent discussion about them and the jury voting about them, we will kind of hopefully shape the final details. I mean, not the final details, but the details of the MVP at least, right? There is a certain guideline which I think we need to stick to, meaning that there is a DoD with the SMV voting. So yes, the token holders should be voting, and the token holders should be using SMV smart contract, which is, by the way, will be also a contest for that. Despite the fact that we already have a version of the written SMV specification, but we want to open this again up to the community to also participate with whatever they want. If you want to write an SMV smart contract in some other language, for example, we have a C++ implementation, but you're welcome to contribute. And obviously there will be a contest for that. And the SMV is a contract which counts tokens, and there has been improvements to the design of this with a multi-ballot proposal, which allows tokens that have been staked to be also used as a collateral for the tokens for voting. So if you put your stake, and of course that does not concern the locked stake, because the locked stake will not be able to participate in voting as they are locked, obviously. But all the free tokens, you can stake them with DPools, and you can use in DPools there is a transfer, of course, method for collateralization of this stake. And you can transfer this to the SMV smart contract, and SMV will give you a ballot, tokens in return, and these tokens can be used in the voting. And once you finish, and this can be used in voting on whatever proposals, like several proposals in a row, or until the point where you're done. You don't want to for example, to vote anymore, and you want to take your stake back, so you return the ballots to SMV. It will unlock the stake and transfer it back to you, basically. And you will, all this time, of course, you will continue to receive the the rewards of the DPool stake. So that's the system. It's, of course, has been just written. It's not been very well tested. So the technical part of the whole DGO governance is to also make sure that we have that tested, formally verified, and so on and so forth. But meantime, of course, this will be the contest. So that is the part of the general voting. So the idea is that you take your tokens, you vote for proposals, and if enough is voted, like if it gains support, then the proposal, if it wants to be turned, then it will be turned into a contest automatically once the votes are counted. And once it's turned into the contest, then you can obviously add submissions. And here is the second set of smart contracts that also should be, like, we have a first version governance bundle. Thank you very much, Borja. But of course, we will have also contests for this. There are a lot of things that might be improved there, and we definitely welcome community to contribute to this process. So these are the jury smart contracts that are governed the next stages. Next stages is from where you have a contest, you start to get submissions, and then you choose the jury, and the jury group is voting for the submissions. The idea is to automate the process, to take the best things from the process we have, to automate it, and also to improve the things that are not so good right now. And we know what things are not so good right now. I mean, we all know that the jury voting is problematic currently. There are many things that, many concerns that were raised, and there are very valid concerns from my perspective of how the jury votes. And this process must be improved. And so the design of the governance to zero has to take that into account, improve dramatically on the jury, both jury participation and jury accountability, and to create a meritocratic algorithmic society, which is that, I think, what we are all aiming for: decentralized meritocratic society. And so it's a process that we more or less start now. Of course, we're not starting from zero, but now there is a framework of DGO subgovernance to include all the community feedback and community participation into that process. So I think that's it. Being formally verified and debugged, then governance to zero will allow to get rid of the control of the givers by 23 initial validators. And I think this is the point where the full decentralization can be called step process. That's why I said by the end of the year. Like, we gradually will improve and parallelize, and then some of that will move by the end of the year, I believe. Yes, some of the contests will be moved to the governance vote to zero, and will be voted there. And in the very good scenario, but you have to remember that a lot of people already did a lot of work over the last 4 months. So there is an MVP build, and there are smart contracts that has been built. So a lot of work has been done. That's why I said the end of the year. For me, it's like, so I didn't multiply it by 2, but because 3 times that already passed.
I was going to ask you, how are you today? But I can see you're great, especially with that hat you have on.
Yeah, there you go. I wore it just for you, man. Viva la Mexico, bro.
It's really nice. So I will be really short. I mean, first I will let you all know that the memorandum we've discussed last week, it's been published. It's now published, and it's along with the further plans for the development, the Mexican community, of course. And also we will post a version of the sub-governance on the forum later on today. So that's a little progress made this week, and we will be happy to achieve the freedom. I was gonna say full decentralization, but we've come along with sufficient, and I don't want anyone else to get into it now, so we'll just call it sufficient or whatever you guys want. But help you guys achieve decentralization. And also, I don't know if you guys remember Esther from last week that I sort of introduced her, but she couldn't make it to the meeting. She's here with us today, so I would like you all to welcome her. She will be our translator, especially managing the definite translation of everything.
Great.
So I don't know if Esther can hear us and give us a few words.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, Esther.
I am Esther. I helped writing the Mexican Community Memorandum, and I will continue helping to implement the translation system in our community. Not all members of our community are English speakers, and I'll be glad to help with this process.
At the moment, where can you appeal against the judge's inadequate assessment in a contest? Right. So first of all, I think we covered that earlier in the stream, but what I do want to say is inadequate is your point of view, and the juror has his or her point of view. Okay. So for instance, in 2012, there was in the US elections, there was a porn star who wanted to be president. And I believe she got 43,000 votes. Okay. Those are 43,000 people that you can call an idiot, but those 43,000 people have a vote and they have a right to use it. So what you think is inadequate may not be what somebody else thinks is inadequate, and that is the point of freedom. So please stop pretending, and I've seen your posts in all the different forums, that your opinion is the only one. Okay. That's not the way this works. I have nothing else to say about that. All right. That's all I have. Unless somebody else wants to say a word, I think we can wrap up.
Just one small addition about this jury thing. Again, the feedback loop for the jury work is very important, but it also should be uniform and open to other opinions as well, and accountable for. And that's exactly the feedback loop that Governance 2.0 is looking to create. And you are welcome to all of you to participate in Governance 2.0 discussion and make it so that the feedback loop will be there once you need it. I'm not saying that the judge opinion can be inadequate. Like, I've judged 2 contests, and I'm sure some of my opinion to some of you may find them completely inadequate.
Why did you open the door? Why did you just open Pandora's box?
But I have a vote. I had a vote in this jury, and I can stand by my opinions. I can explain why I did that. I have an explanation. I have my logic behind them, and I think I did my job great, because I did judge everyone according to the principles that I said before the contest I will judge them for or by. And of course there are maybe judges who do that sloppy work, and we need a mechanism to improve that, and to not enable those judges to continue judging or things like that. So yes, absolutely, and that should be a big part of the Governance 2.0.